It was a night of standing ovations, roaring applause as you heard there. And within the first minute of his speech, we heard the leader of the free world say the most important two words on this campus: roll tide. Of course, we've been hearing from some of the students and other guests that were in attendance for this historic night. WVTM 13's Jarvis Robertson caught up with some of those attendees outside of Coleman Coliseum as the event was wrapping up. Jarvis, what did they have to say about being here tonight?
Well, Sherry, I'm across the street from Coleman Coliseum, and right now you would not think that a sitting president was here on the campus of the University of Alabama. All quiet right now, but the people that were leaving out of the Coliseum, there was a lot of life, a lot of energy, a lot of smiling faces, and I talked to quite a few of them. Overall, they had positive things to say about hearing President Donald Trump speak. Take a listen. And why did you want to come here today?
I was going to try to meet him, but it just didn't turn out like I thought it was. But
what was your favorite part about it?
My favorite part, I think Donald Trump does a good job of understanding what working American is like, and he did a good job of listing some of the important qualities that a good American worker has.
I love it. Did you enjoy the speech?
I did. I thought that there were moments that were a bit erratic, but I think that's just Trump's personality. I've come to grow accustomed to it, but I kind of wish he would have focused a little more on the graduates.
How did you enjoy the speech?
I loved it. Donald J. Trump electrified everybody out there today. Great energy. Great day to be a Bama student. Roll Tide.
What was your favorite part about the speech?
My favorite part of the speech was probably his comedic, charisma. I think he had all the people laughing in there, and I like that out of a president, you know what I mean?
I love it. Now the vibe over here across the street from Coleman Coliseum, completely different from what I saw earlier today when I was at Snowhidden Park, which is not far from the campus. But again, those people I spoke to showed up. They enjoyed what they had to hear. We are live on the campus of the University of Alabama tonight in Tuscaloosa. I'm Jarvis Robertson, WVTM 13.